welcome everybody to another round of World of Tanks subscriber replays. My name, as always, is Maxwell, and today's first video is from the user Philomela. That's Philomela. Sure, I'm probably pronouncing that incorrectly. And he's driving the ST1 on a standard battle on Windstorm. ST1 being a Tier 9 heavy tank for the Russians. So straight away, Philo going to be heading into the city by the looks of it, just stopping to help out his friend in the SU-152, who apparently doesn't know where the S key is. Probably either DC'd or he is unfortunately a bot. Looks like he may... no idea. We will see. Gets spotted out very, very early here, probably by a scout. There we go, an E50 in the centre of the map. Philo deciding not to press on to the city here. Going to be diverting to the right hand side. Going to see if he can get some early shots at anybody trying to pass by the rocks there. Does find an object 416, but decides not to take that risky shot there, as could only see a very, very small amount of the tank. Somebody else is almost certainly going to make a dash across here. The AMX does. Philo just going to be tracking him with his gun. Gets a great shot on him and sets him on fire. But the AMX is quick on the key there and manages to put out the flames. May be able to get another shot, but the ST1 has a pretty long reload here of 11.5 seconds. But to go along with that long reload, it does have a nice chunk of penetration and a nice bit of damage. AMX going to be dueling against his counterpart there on the other side. Did spot out the object 416, making a move forwards. Unfortunately, his shot just about misses there, which is a little bit unfortunate, as he was pretty nicely aimed. Luckily, the 416 only takes out his track. Looks like the AMX is... Nope, I thought he was dealt with, but there we go. Gets himself taken out pretty smartly as well. SU-152 still stuck on the bridge by the looks of it. Philo going to be heading across here and trying to get a shot on this Conqueror. Can only see a very, very small amount of the top of his turret. Took the shot anyway. Just missed that one, unfortunately. If he just crested the hill a little bit more, he would have had a much nicer shot. So a little bit unfortunate there. Does finally manage to get a shot through with the side armor. Conqueror going to decide to hide behind the building now. Doesn't want to take any more shots from the side, as that did do a nice amount of damage there. Conqueror just going to be pinned down, but Philo's got to be careful. So if you remember, there was an E50 on his right hand side, so he doesn't want to just fully YOLO for this Conqueror, as he's probably going to take some shots in the side from that E50 if he is still in the area. Battle for the city not going particularly well at the moment. As you can see, they are losing. The enemy team is pushed right across into their side of the river, so I think Philo is just going to have to bite the bullet and make a push roundabout now. Spots out an object 416 making a move into the city as well. So soon the defenders that are already outnumbered are going to be outnumbered and outflanked. Gets a lovely, lovely shot on that object 416, who decided to take the wrong route through the wrong part of town. Gets himself blown up there. So that's one less target for the allies of the city to have to worry about. Rushes his shot on the Conqueror there. Just about missing the lower plate there, not able to get any damage on him. You can guarantee that that Conqueror is making a move to get out of there now, as there's no way a low health Conqueror can duel with an almost full health ST1 here. The E50 has reappeared and he is still in the area, but it looks like he is concentrating now on trying to get spots on the two tank destroyers that are flanking around. So that's going to allow Philomela to get into the town. Going to be trying to chase down this Conqueror. Not spotting him out just yet, so it looks like he isn't in the local area. Not there either. Going to pull right out into the river, see if he can spot him somewhere. Looks like the Conqueror was making a run for it. Not quite quick enough there, and Philomela is able to take him out and pick up kill number 2 now. So the defenders in the city have done a fantastic job of holding up the enemy tanks. As you can see, only that object 432 there now, and he's doing his best to try and stay alive and do as much damage as possible to the attackers as he can. You can see they're all worn down to low health here. Object 432 finally taken out by that IS-8, but as you can see, the IS-8 is on low health. The AT-7 is also on low health, and this IS-3 Looks like he is pushing on to the base there. Finds the IS-8 trying to do some flanking maneuvers, takes him out, and that's kill number 3 now. Does find the IS-3. The IS-3 pokes himself around the corner, realises that he's been spotted, so drops back. And Philo going to be making a move to try and find the AT-7 now. ST-1 not the quickest or most mobile of tanks, but still able to flank around behind the enemy. So Philo just using his knowledge and understanding of the map and the movements to come around behind the enemy tanks. Just got to try and deal with this IS-3 now. No, it looks like the IS-3 is actually taken out by somebody else. Must have missed that one. And he's staying in this position here, seeing if he can get a shot on somebody as they make their approach towards the base. They've completely lost the northern flank now. And this is going to be a difficult defense. They've got himself a Conqueror and that Hummel now. As I said, going to be dropping back and attempting to defend off the base. Philo's going to cover the northern area. Oh, he's got a lovely shot on that. I was going to say has a lovely shot on that Waffenträger Panzer IV, but the gods of RNG just say no, it is not to be today. You will only score a critical hit somehow on one of the most lightly armoured tank destroyers that there is. So great shame about that one. Probably couldn't have taken him out in a single shot, but still would have been nice to get some damage on him. Just himself now and this Conqueror does take some tracking damage from this E-150. The E-75 isn't quite hull down, so Philo's able to get a great shot onto his underbelly there. Gets his other track taken out now by this E-50. This Conqueror should be able to do some work now from the position that he is in. And gonna continue to get shots on this E-75. The E-75 making some big mistakes here. Really shouldn't have fallen back. He should have approached a little closer to the bridge there and used the curve of the bridge to get himself into a hull down position. And once an E-75 gets his lower plate hidden, he's going to be very, very difficult to damage. In fact, if he'd just driven up the bridge a little bit, it would have also hidden his commander's hatch. Spots out the Waffenträger here, gets some retribution there. So the gods of RNG realise that they've been unfair to him to begin with, so his next shot on the Waffenträger Panzer IV sets him on fire, and he picks up kill number 5. Still himself and this Conqueror trying to put up a determined defence now against an E-75, an E-50 and a T-25-2. Finds E-75, he approached further forward and he gets another great shot on the E-75 to set him on fire, and the E-75 says, fuck it, I'm not spending 3,000 credits to keep myself in the game, I'm just going to burn out and then get destroyed. So that is kill number 6 now by Philo Mila, picking up a well-deserved Top Gun medal. And he's going to have a great shot on that E-50. Should have switched down to the underbelly when he started backing off and turning his turret. But unfortunately, Philo Mila just shooting him right in the gun there and only scoring a critical hit. Like I said, should have switched down to his underbelly from the side of his turret when he realised that he was turning to look in this direction. Conqueror now been taken out, and it's just himself versus this E-50, and this is a duel that Philo Mila should easily win with only 587 hit points on this medium tank. But now the medium tank of the E-50 has dropped back into the fog of war, not going to know where he is. Spots him out now, and they're just going to play a game of cat and mouse. Philo Mila just waiting until his camo kicked back in, and this E-50, if he can catch Philo Mila unawares as he comes around the street and gets some shots on his rear armour, he may be able to pull this one out of the bag. But Philo's got 1,062 hit points left as opposed to the not quite 600 of the E-50. As you can see, Philo Mila taking the long route around here, doesn't want to get spotted out by him. He's actually going to try and outflank the E-50, but it looks like he is nowhere to be found here. He hasn't dropped back to this position. He's going to go back and maybe try and cover off the base, just in case that E-50 does come for a base capture. But to be honest, I don't think the E-50 is going to go for that. What he really wants to do is do some hit and run, catch the side or rear armour of this ST-1, and then run away back into cover in that city. The city is going to be where the E-50 wants to fight. Gets spotted out in the south now. And he's going to slowly try to back himself away, but it's going to be too little too late, and he gets found and he gets hit for a big chunk of damage, and another one to finish him off, and that is GG and the victory. So absolutely awesome replay there from Philomela in the ST1, picking himself up over 5,000 points of damage and 8 kills and a well-deserved Radley Walters medal. So awesome replay from you. Thank you very much for sending that one in. Don't forget to stick around, because as always, the score screens and another game are coming right up. And our second replay of the day is from the user MPH. And that's MPH, and he's driving the Leopard 1 on an encounter battle on Ensk. Leopard 1 being a tier 10 medium tank for the Germans. So straight away, MPH sees that everybody is rushing to this down this right-hand flank. Well, not quite down the right-hand flank. They're all sort of just hanging around the center of this right-hand flank. So he sets himself up in the back in a sniping position. I'm going to try and take advantage of the quick reload of his cannon and lay some DPM down the map. Unfortunately, he's not quite able to get any damage on anybody just about yet. Probably hasn't been spotted out at the back here, and even if he has, the enemy tanks have a lot more priority targets to fire at the moment. Going to see if he can get a hit on this T-62A. Unfortunately, he's hiding behind a building, so MPH going to do his best to try and demolish that building and get some damage onto him. Does find the AMX 1390, gets a lovely hit onto him. Looks like the 1390 has now decided to make tracks and get the hell away. That's going to be the only damage that MPH has picked up so far. E100 gets ammo rack there. You can see his turret flying across the field and demolishing that fence. Does get a lovely hit on this T-62A to take his track out. Just going to line himself up to get one more shot. Sets him on fire and picks up his first kill early on now. Does see this M103 here. Going to see if he can sneak a bit of damage through the cheek of his turret, but it looks like he just moved in time to save himself from possibly taking a big chunk of damage there. The MX 1390 still looking like a nice target with only 350 hit points. But it looks like he is keeping himself pretty safe here. STB1 not quite able to get any damage through that turret there. Turret armor proving just a little bit too formidable. Unfortunately, he's fallen back just a little bit too far and exposed that side armor. MPH rushed his shot greatly there and just about missed that one. The STB1 doing the smart thing now, dropping back behind this building. So again, MPH just going to use his quick reload to try and demolish this building, give the guys nowhere to hide. And the STB1 realizes that his cover is quickly evaporating. Unfortunately for the Allied team, though, this push down the right-hand flank hasn't really worked out too well for them. MPH gets a nice bit of damage on that tortoise. It was a little bit of a low roll, which was unfortunate. Should have been able to take him out in a single shot there, but it looks like the Object 432 finishes the job. M103 is still alive all the way down the bottom here. Enemy team going for a base capture, and it looks like they have used the bad team setup of the Allies to push all the way along the left-hand flank now. Left somebody in the cap circle, and the rest of the tanks are all flanking around behind here. Going to see if we can get a hit on anybody. Does see that this is an IS-4 coming across here, so we're going to try and get a shot on him. Unfortunately, he only gets a critical. Tracks of the IS-4 just eating that one up. Going to wait until his gun is almost reloaded. Going to pop himself back out again. Going to move a bit further forward, try and get a shot on this E100. Looks like some of the Allied team have responded in time, rushed that shot as well, just missed the E100. A little bit unfortunate there, but it looks like he's probably going to have the reload to be able to get a shot through the side of his turret anyway. Going to come up behind this E100 while he's not paying attention. I'm going to try and finish him off before he's able to get a hit on that bat shot, which indeed he is able to do. Leaves the IS-4 to his fate. which is probably going to be a short one, considering there is a T-62A coming up behind him. Really should have paid a little bit more attention to the IS-4 there, as the IS-4 does fire at him and sets him on fire. But MPH just concentrating on this cap circle now. Still got almost 2 minutes on the clock here, but does find the side of a T-95. The T-95 is going to have nowhere near the speed to be able to traverse and get his gun on target, especially with the back shot in front of him. Unfortunately, just hitting the engine deck there and ricocheting. Doesn't have the gun depression to hit the full flush rear armor. Does now, though, is able to get a lovely bit of damage and take out the tracks of the T-95. T-95 uses his repair kit for some reason, even though he should really be resigned to his fate that this one is going to be all over, although he is able to take out the bat shot at least. But I think now he's starting to realise that he's not going to be able to outmaneuver the Leopard 1 of MPH here, especially when he gets his track taken out and damage done. Just got a couple of seconds on reload, and this should be kill number 3. Indeed it is, but the rest of his team not faring particularly well. You can see the T-62A and the 113 fighting for the life against this E-75 here. T-62A got a good amount of hit points left, though. This 113 not looking very healthy. E-75 should be able to take him out. You can see they do have a few tank destroyers and heavy tanks in the background there. E-75 not looking particularly healthy, and MPH just finishes him off and picks up kill number 4. Looks like at least one of those tanks has gone through the cap circle now. If he wasn't planning on doing the base capture, I'm not sure why he drove through the circle. Probably should have tried to not go into that, just so that he could keep his position hidden from the allies here. Now the allies know that that T-110E4 is in around the cap circle. And there he is there on the other side of the train tracks. He's able to take out the 113. And that just leaves himself, MPH, and this T-62A. Try and take out these well-armoured, well-defended targets. Is spotted out now by the T-110E4, but it looks like he is focusing on the T-62A instead. And there is an M103 somewhere at the back there. Last time he was spotted, he was in the spawn area, so he may be AFK, but we're not quite sure. Not quite able to get a shot on the rear of that E4 there. A little bit unfortunate. The E4 looks like he's just charging down the T-62A here. Gets a huge bit of damage there just as his M103 comes into view and gets another shot on this T-62A. Looks like the M103 is using HE rounds for some reason. Not quite able to get a hit on this E5. Got all the time in the world though while he reloads, and is able to take him out now and pick up kill number 5 just as the T-62A falls to the T-110E4. He's going to be reloading. Unfortunately, his very, very strong armor just turns aside that shot from MPH. He was able to sneak around the left-hand side of him there. Really, the T-110E4 should not have allowed that to happen. There's no way that MPH should have been allowed to sneak around the left-hand side of him there. Gets a great shot in the M103 to set him on fire. And it looks like, again, the second time in this replay today, somebody hasn't invested the 3,000 credits required in a fire extinguisher, and that may just have cost the enemy team the game. And the Chaffee sums it up in the chat there. My face when no fire extinguisher on a heavy tank. That M103 could have put those flames out and still been pretty damn healthy. As it is, he's a one-shot, and a very, very easy one-shot for MPH. Now, if he'd had a fire extinguisher, probably would have been a two-shot. And these two tanks possibly would have been able to work down the Leopard 1. What they probably should have done, if they had the hit points, is get themselves into the cap circle, and that would have forced MPH to come at them. It could have definitely covered each other's backs there, with them both being a two-shot. With the M103 just being a single shot, and with neither of them going to the cap circle. Finds the M103 here. He has his shot. Got to be counting in his head what the reload of this M103 is. Almost certainly his loader or ammo rack is going to be damaged or dead, so MPH is able to get alongside him. He's got all the time in the world to take his shot, take him out and pick up kill number 6. T-110E4 steaming in from the south there. To be honest, even with the huge cannon of this T-110E4, he's probably going to be able to take a shot from him and then take him out. This T-110E4 is 2 shots away from death, but so is the Leopard. And the Leopard has a much, much faster reload at just 8.5 seconds compared to the longer reload of the T-110E4. T110E4 comes charging forward, gets a good shot through his lower plate. T110E4 has his shot. Now MPH has got a little bit of time just to be able to pick his shot in the side armor, takes him out, kill number 7, and wins the game for his team. So absolutely awesome replay there from MPH in his Leopard 1, showing his skills in a medium tank, picking up almost 7,000 points of damage, 7 kills, and single-handedly winning that one at the end there for his team. So awesome replay from you. Thank you very much for sending that one in. Don't forget, guys, if you've got yourself a great replay, then send that in to replay@screenreality.com. Link for that is in the description. Either attach the replay file or send me the link to the What Replay website in the email so I can check that one out. If you enjoyed this video, found it useful, informative, you enjoyed it, or you learned something, then think about hitting that subscribe button. There's a lot more World of Tanks content on this channel. I've been Maxwell, this has been World of Tanks, and I will catch you guys next time.